Okay, it's Saturday and I'm checking out some microphones, but then I'm gonna make some recipes. I'm not gonna use my rice cooker. I had planned to, but I'm not going to. So I'm gonna put it back on the shelf in the pantry. Uh, I decided I'd make me some. I'm gonna use just this white instant minute rice, but I'm gonna do something different to it because I don't need the sodium. So y'all know, let me turn my pan on and get some butter. Gotta have butter, a little butter. Get that in there. I'm gonna put a little, just a hair of parsley in it. A lot. I want that with the butter. Butter. Then I'm gonna put a little rosemary. Not a whole bunch. I could have ground it in my mortar and pestle, but I didn't. So I'm just gonna let that heat up with those herbs. You can put them in. This is when I saute them in though. Not like this. I bought those diced onions that are quite expensive, and they had them on sale for 99 cents a box. So all I did is I come home and emptied those boxes into a freezer bag and put them in the freezer. That's all I've done with these. I didn't do anything else to them. So they were fresh onions that you get over there in the section and you just freeze them. So we got that. My ears are stopped up again today, y'all. You just have to bear with me. We're going to do a few little cooking things today, not a whole bunch. I'm going to put some garlic, about a half teaspoon, because it's so good for you. So hopefully these microphones today will be better than the other ones I had. We'll see. We'll see how. Remember the other one? I'm gonna put peas. I'm gonna put about a half cup of peas, half a cup of green peas, frozen. And turn that down to about a 4. And I'm gonna get some of the baby spinach leaves that I had. Let me get my chopping board here. Bring it over here. Because we need our iron. We need iron. But if you get these, the baby spinach leaves, then they won't have those old hard stems on them. They're so much easier for me to chew without my you-know-what. So we're just going to chop them. I've got another spinach recipe I'm going to do tomorrow, I think, being Sunday. But I'm doing this one. I'm going to use this baby spinach in this. And I've got some other fresh spinach. Now y'all know I do it this way with my potatoes too, when I make those hash browned potatoes. I think that'll be plenty for this. Get all that off there, you don't waste nothing. Now we'll just saute that down. Let those peas, they'll get softer. That was a great value pea. So we can put that back in there. I think there's enough butter, but let me see. It may need a little. Let's do a little bit more butter. That's the unsalted butter. But you need a little flavor, so butter's not going to hurt you too bad. And we'll just cook that down. This is very, very nutritious. I mean, I don't know how much more nutritious you could get. If you want to, add a little of your olive oil. No, I'm not. Just because of the nutritional values. Plus, it'll help. Okay. Well, that's sauteed down pretty good there. Alright, then you follow your directions of your box, which would be 3 cups of rice and 3 cups of water, if you're making 6 servings. So, there's one. I don't know if we'll need that much or not. You can do 4 servings. Let's just do 4 servings. That's 2 cups of rice and 2 cups of water because I don't want it to be too much. So I kind of just put my rice and brown that a little bit. Not that you have to at all. You could make this with a low sodium chicken stock. Okay, you can't forget. What can we never forget, y'all? Pepper. Never can forget pepper. So let's put us a good helping since we're not doing salt. I'll put some black salt in there, which is the low sodium. It's got a lot of potassium though, so if you can't have potassium, which I have to be careful because one of my medicines is spironolactone, and that you don't want a lot of potassium because it can make you hypoglycemic. And it smells like rotten eggs, but other than that, it's good for you. Okay, I'm just kind of putting that around. If you want to, you can get you some oriental vegetables, put in this. Let me get some water. And we'll put we'll put 2 cups. Since we put 2 cups of rice, we'll put 2 cups of water. Alright, now we'll just mix that around. And we'll get that bring that up, that temperature up. Get all of our stuff down in it. Okay. Now, let's just let that sit there. I'm trying to get that greens off that, but I don't seem like I'm going to, and I got that rice everywhere. It'll be alright. Okay. Let me wipe that up. Get that wiped up. Move our pan over in the middle of our burner. Got our spoon wash. We run some knife off. So, we'll let that simmer and cook down till the water dissipates and the rice fluffs up. Then I'll be back. Okay, now we've got this kind of cleaned up, and I've stirred that once, but what I'm going to do is I've took 2 eggs and I'm going to just beat those in this cup. And once this gets you can move it and see how that liquid is dissipated down in there. It's about time to, I'm just going to put our egg in there. Now that's going to give us protein. It's going to give us some protein. Now we just kind of mix that around in our rice. And that'll be kind of scramble a little bit. And if you don't like eggs, of course you don't have to do it, but I just do it for the protein. Kind of like an egg foo young in a way, or not an egg foo young, but a oriental dish that has a scrambled egg. We're just going to stir that till that egg gets cooked. And that rice, that liquid will dissipate. You know, for not being able to have sodium, you just have to kind of improvise with healthier stuff. And because there's not much flavor in anything that you get at the store, well, I don't trust it. I'll just make it here at home. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my fire off and just mix that around so my eggs and stuff doesn't burn. So there you have it. You got a little quick egg dish, rice to egg dish that you can use. You know, you could do lentils. Those are good for you if you don't need. And I've got a big bag of these lentils. They're very high in fiber. They're good for you. And you just boil them down. See, that's already thickening up. We'll probably go ahead and just take that off that burner. Let me get one of my handles so you can put it on there quicker so you can see that that's fluffed up quite nicely. And it smells good. It's a good side dish. You can add to this or not add to this, or at least we know it's not full of sodium. Give it a little bite. I have to wait till it cools. Let me get over the sink. That's good. Very good. It's kind of bland, but without salt, you know, our body is trained to eat salt. I mean, then when you have to go on a low sodium diet, it's not fun. Because everything tastes so bland, but at least that black salt and the onions and the spices in this rice dish, you're not buying the stuff. You can buy all the stuff you want to in those cans that says low sodium or whatever, but you're still getting stuff that you don't need in your body. So that's why I try to do little recipes like this for myself, and I'll share them with y'all because it keeps me from, and it'll fill you up. Now if you wanted to, you could add some pork or turkey meat, fried it, put it with this. This is vegan. I've done it with turkey before, ground turkey, and it was good. So there you have it. That's what I'm gonna have. Mother's gonna have something else, but she'll eat some of this probably, and then I'll mix her something else. But that's what we're doing right now. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show y'all another recipe on another video. Bye-bye.